This evening blue had nothing to do but lay around with my thoughts of you. Why's it so tough and the world so lame? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? Some cash and a ride down to the arcade. Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade? Can I have some cash and a ride down to the arcade?
He was desperately waiting for the shalom.
And thank you so much, Zoriel. Another month subscribing to us, you
Hey.
beautiful bastard.
Fuck yeah, to Zoriel. 4 months subscribing. Thank you, dude. And I did check Instagram. Thank you.
The main question is though, Zor, has Phasmophobia started working yet?
Yeah, apparently you were. Now you're one having tech difficulties, huh?
Yeah, our computer's illness passed on
Seems
to
so.
Zor's in his new build. I need to check my PC. Oh,
There's
camera
Tom.
turns on and Kaia and Nick faded. Y'all infected me. See, that sounds really bad.
You are the infected.
Boom, big reveal. How you doing, Tom? How you doing, my lord? And
How you
sailor?
doing? How's everyone's weekend been so far?
Yeah, it's been a fun one for us.
Yeah, it's been interesting, that's for sure.
But yes, see, first podcast as the Dungeoneers Tavern.
Yeah, this is the very first official podcast of Dungeoneers Tavern. As you all know, last week,
Yeah,
as y'all know, last week we were going to have podcasts, but unfortunately we found out some news in between the break time, so we had to cancel. But we are here, back and alive this week.
and looking fabulous.
Yeah, look, I did my makeup like this because a few of you guys asked before, or not like you guys specifically, but a few folks from TikTok and Instagram were asking about this makeup look that I did before and asked for a tutorial. So now the tutorial is coming soon on YouTube.
Well, I turned myself into a pickle. Boom, big reveal. I'm a pickle Rick.
I'm Pickle Rick. I found out I have a crack in 2 of my car's wheels just as I learned I was going to be driving to and from Philly for a month.
Ooh.
What? Oh shit, dude! Is it from like all the cold? I'd imagine.
So,
Pickle Tom.
Tom's little pickle.
You say Tom's little pickle.
Yeah. He was the one yesterday saying that he had like a millimeter wonder, and I told him not to be so harsh on himself. It's a
Aw.
centimeter, be proud.
Give yourself a little credit.
Literally. Reports his stream for nudity. Well, Tom, I'm sorry. But let's get this party started.
Oh man, that's good.
But yes, DC, you sus
DC.
motherfucker, I'm loving that cat. As much as I love the cat that's on my ship in Valhalla that I've been streaming. Did you get to see
You
that?
want to tell everybody about your Valhalla adventures now?
Yes. So obviously this is the one that I have been streaming. Is
Do you time Tom out?
I managed to find a side quest where you just follow this cat, and then you pick it up, give it a load of cuddles, and then suddenly, if you look underneath where you stand on your ship, this cat is there forever.
It's a little fluffy white one. It's so cute.
Times Tom out. Wouldn't be the first time, and it wouldn't be DC's first time either.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. DC has definitely won on that one, man. That shit was funny. I'm still laughing about that. Don't you talk about my man. It was so
Crafty, you legend.
And I like how it's only over for like 5 seconds. I like how Crafty just comes in with like ban hammer. No.
Yeet. Greetings, my lord.
How you doing, man? That's I love you guys. That is so fucking funny.
And Tom for being the sport.
Right, and Tom, seriously, thank you for being a good sport about it and always actually laughing. Thank you for that.
That was just
spiteful.
That hit me here.
Open up a cold can of spite.
Just the way we like it. I will abuse this privilege like a fat man and all you can eat. Hey,
Hey.
it's not just fat men who do that. I do that
it
too. Jinx!
I just ignore it half the time.
Otherwise it would hurt too much.
Oh no!
My feelings, they hurt. But yes, podcast.
Alright, let's hop right into it. We got quite a lot to cover this week. Oh no!
Crafty, you savage bastard.
Be nice to him. It's kind of funny.
He's a delicate little flower.
Stop this tomfoolery.
we've got a few different categories to go through. Starting with
We're gonna start off with tech.
technology.
Some little techie geek updates, because we do like some technology around here.
I know this is always a rough question to ask. Who's a fan of Apple?
Who here is the our diehard Apple fans? Who here is our diehard PC fan? Like Windows or Apple?
Because the first bit of news we have is big revolve around Apple.
Yep.
And quite a big company as well, called Intel. Screams internally. It's
So-
okay, Tom. We're here for you.
So as a lot of you guys know, Intel is a company that provides a lot of processors. They provide a lot of internal components to your PCs, your Macs, to frankly a lot, even phones now.
Yeah, and
So-
just because you said it on Max, not anymore.
Yes, but not
Apple
anymore.
has boycotted Intel, which has had a funny repercussion. From what we've read, Intel have now been using anti-MacBook ads. To
Yeah, they've been going out of their way and making their anti-MacBook advertisements, like ads, just to spite and smite the fact that Apple let them go.
Yeah, which I think if you're gonna do something like that, oh boy, make it funny, and they did.
They
So-
did. It kind of, the point I made to Nick earlier, it reminded me of, if you guys remember during some console war stuff, I believe it was it was PlayStation versus Nintendo with the whole game share thing. I think it was PlayStation that did it to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay, I keep feeling I was gonna say that wrong, but yeah, the whole, this is how you share a game. So it kind of felt like one of those.
Which
Use
is
a Dell
beautiful.
with Windows, a MacBook Pro, iPhone, and a PS4.
So
All
you,
right.
you got the full works.
You
To be
got a
fair,
little of everything.
I've got an iPhone. I did have a Mac, and we're using MSI Windows
Yep.
for our PC. You've got
Sounds a little-
Samsung. We've got pretty much everything covered.
The only Apple product I own is an iPod Classic. I've had it since high school.
But to be fair, they are the beasts.
Dude, they are. That thing still to this day works damn near like it's brand new.
Working in CX and cash converters, they are still like among the most valuable iPods, including the new touchscreen stuff.
I believe that.
Because it's just like
They're durable.
they survived everything.
They really do. Again, I've had it since high school, so I've had it since I was like 15. I'm 30. I've had it for 15 years.
Half
That
your
iPod.
life.
I've had that iPod for half my life. Fuck Zune.
No, Zune is where we start Microsoft.
I did have a Zune at one point though, before that iPod.
I never had one. I had a little shitty Sony Ericsson MP3 player.
Oh, they're ready for this? Tell me how mad you would be. This was back when they first came out, the iPod Classic and Zune came out around the same time. The reason that iPod came into my possession was because my friend had the iPod, and I had a Zune. We each wanted the other and thought it was a good idea. Why don't we just swap them? Okay. Poor dude got the sour end of the deal if he looks back now.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those, at 15 then you wouldn't have known, but
Yeah, you just think, oh, I prefer this.
at that point you're a kid, your preference comes down to like, oh, what color is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know?
But yes, other than that, we've also, if you've ever had the misfortune of using a Chromebook, I've had to test many in the years. They are the most pain in the ass things to operate.
Yeah.
Google's own one, so you got your Macs, your Windows, and you've got Chrome.
Now you got the Chromebook. Yep.
The only good thing from Chrome is the Chrome web browser, but everything else has always been garbage. But they have announced that every single new Chromebook that's coming out will have the Google, I always say Stadia, but you say Stadia, one or the other.
The Google gaming platform.
It is going to come pre-installed on all new Chromebooks. However, you will still need to buy the expensive controller
Yep.
to actually use it. So it's sort of,
But they give it this way. How is it any different than when you buy a console and the controller comes with it? At that point, you're buying the laptop with. I
Yeah.
mean, I get it that you have to pay extra for the controller, which is kind of lame. It should be included if it's going to be force included anyway.
yeah.
However, not everyone that's buying the Chromebook is going into it for gaming. So
Yeah.
I can understand why it doesn't come with it automatically. Otherwise, that's just a bunch of wasted hardware.
Yeah, and to be fair, the Google Stadia will probably, it won't work so great on Chromebooks because they tend to have very limited RAM, processors normally crap, the hard drive doesn't hold a lot, so it's sort of, you might as well just get it for your Windows PC.
Well, I guess we know where Intel's going. We might pick them up.
Yeah, so in terms of tech, there's not too much that's been going on. The only other updates have been to do with the next gen console. I worked as an Apple tech support. Oh, were you an Apple genius? Oh dear. I work for two people work for Apple. Poor souls. Poor souls. But there's been sort of confirmation, because I only saw this earlier. It was announced only like a few hours back. The Series X, especially.
The Xbox Series X.
Yeah, Xbox Series X has not. It's been told that mass restock distribution will not be happening until the summertime. So if you wanted an Xbox Series X, you'd have to be very lucky to stumble across the odd one or two that comes into stock.
Yeah.
Be stupid enough to pay for the scalper's price, or try and find a second-hand one from like CEX cash converters.
Your best bet is, pretty much your best bet at this point is finding one second hand, unless you are lucky enough to find a store that happen to have one maybe sitting in the back and brand new now.
Yeah, pretty much.
But until then, it looks like Microsoft won't be restocking any, like Nick said, restocking any of the Xboxes until around summertime. So if you're looking to get a new Xbox, at least it gives you a little time to save up for one.
Exactly, and the PlayStation 5, the last rumor I heard there was maybe a restock this month. But then I've heard it didn't push back, so there's still a mass amount of uncertainty in terms of the next gen consoles. So good luck.
If you have one, you're lucky. If not, you're gonna unfortunately have to deal with scalpers or wait.
Probably best to hold out, let the games come out first, all the updates come out, play the long game, not the needy one.
That's a fair,
and to be
point.
fair, the upside is a lot of updates have come out for the next gen consoles, which has definitely helped. They've also just announced that in May time, I believe it was either March or May, it was a month beginning with M, that Crash Bandicoot 4 is going to get the PS5 update.
Yep.
So that'll be smooth sailings for everyone.
Yeah, that'll be nice. It seems like what they're starting to do is slowly upgrade what the kind of like the last chunk of PS4 games that easily could have been made into PS5 just because of time difference. It didn't work out. So I think what they're doing is they're adding those upgrades in, so that way they can be played on the PS5.
Yeah, a lot smoother with like the work of the controller. Smooth for Kaia, but you're cursed, Nicole. Yeah, pretty much. I am cursed. But then, upside bit of news for all the PC gamers, especially Zoriel, because I know you had that issue that I had yesterday where we had to update Phasmophobia before we went on it. An app has been released for $4, so about £3, called PowerNap. Best name ever. Essentially what you do is you program this app with all the games you've got installed on your PC, and when you go to sleep, it will automatically go through each of them games you've put onto it and update them for you.
So say you're going to want to play a game, there's a game that you've been playing a lot recently, but there are updates coming out. If you have it could be anything from like Cyberpunk to like newer games that are going to have a lot of updates. These are games that you can have in that queue, the cache, whatever you want to call it, but you can have them in there so that they will be automatically checked for the updates. Not only checked, but they will update for you, so you don't have to go in and sit there another hour until your update's done.
Yeah. The only thing I need
to do it while you're sleeping.
Yeah, the only thing we need to find out, because it was only really announced today, is whether your PC has to be on, or whether it can do it in sleep mode, or whether it can do it.
That's about the only detail
But
I'm
I'd
sure of yet.
imagine you'd have to have your PC on, because sleep mode it literally turns everything off anyway. So I'd imagine you just have to leave your PC on pretty much all the time. If you use your PC often, it's actually better for the health of the computer just to leave it anyway.
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, that's DC, you poor bastard. That was all. Oh, Crafty, that ain't exactly much better. Being in the orders department for Apple when the new phones come out, sort of.
I'm sure that was a nightmare.
Boom.
Oh yeah. All right, so I guess the next chunk that we'll be getting into is going to be related to the shows and movies that have been coming out or will be coming out. Anything involving them.
Yeah, I know a little bit got mentioned yesterday during the stream that I did to do The Last of Us, because Tom's got excited about it, rightly so, and I believe Zor was Last of Us. This is my thing.
I'll leave you to it. That's why I stay quiet.
Most people will know that The Last of Us has been my favourite game. Pretty much out of every game I've played, that's the one game I will happily go through again and again and again and not be bored. But they have confirmed that Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal are the lead roles in this film. Pedro Pascal, you beautiful bastard, you know it, Crafty. But they
He's
will
going to be playing our lead role.
Yeah, they're going to be playing Joel and Ellie. And obviously, I hope the TV show will be as good as the game series. But I believe it's either HBO are doing it, aren't they? Or it's either it was one of the bigger companies. I believe it was HBO. So there should be some high hope. I can't remember if it was HBO or AMC, but I think it's HBO. HBO.
All right. That's promising, though. I mean, it's hard to say now because it seems we've gotten it's either hit or miss when it comes to these video game live action shows. For example, The Witcher, really it's the video game or the TV show adaptations to video games. I can English, I swear. The adaptations from video games into film or movies. Witcher was phenomenal.
Yes.
Castlevania was amazing.
And then obviously they almost fucked up Sonic.
Almost. But then it right there shows you they were able to make something out of it. So, hi Gunblade!
What?
So, it looks promising. It seems that they're taking it more seriously, not just going, oh, video games are popular, let's make something out of it. Especially with a series like The Last of Us. It is so dear to so many people, and it has such an emotional pull that's a game in a series that you don't want to fuck up its story and the way it's delivered.
Yeah, and you are right, Crafty. The Mortal Kombat may suck balls.
May.
As horrible as it was, Super Mario Brothers holds a special place in your heart. See, I've not watched that one, so I'll leave you to that.
You've never seen the Super Mario Brothers movie?
No, because I heard not many positive things about it, so I sort of didn't bother.
Listen. I will say this. It sucks. It's not good. You wouldn't. Not Mario. I won't even start with Yoshi. What the fuck was that? But you gotta watch it because it's one of those. It's so bad. It's almost good. But it's the Super Mario Brothers movie. So it's one of those you kind of appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
It was one of the first video game movies. So in a way, it's like, but you can't fall off the last floor. So I guess we'll see.
And you pretty much said exactly what Gunblade said. It's so horrible, it's good.
See, it's funny enough you say that with Mortal Kombat. There already is a Mortal Kombat movie out. It was made in the 90s. And minus the characters being their names, there wasn't much Mortal Kombat. So this is what I'm saying. Maybe it's going to give us a chance to revisit even old ones. So hopefully seeing where we are with the new ones, maybe the new Mortal Kombat has some promising... That just has some kind of promise to it.
We shall do it in Liam Neeson's voice, Tom. I swear on everything. If they fuck up The Last of Us, I will find you. And I will kill you.
I will find you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
The scriptwriter had no idea what a flawless victory was, and it bugged me so hard.
Oh, for in Mortal Kombat, yeah, no, they that's what I'm saying. The original Mortal Kombat, it fucked up by even calling it Mortal Kombat. Just like Avatar and Dragon Ball, what the fuck were you doing? Again, we know the sour ones, we know the ones where it's just the bottom of the barrel, they're bad adaptations. But then we have good ones, so it always seems to be a 50-50. There's no in-between with a lot of
They're
it.
either good or shit.
It's true.
So, fingers
So-
crossed for The Last of Us.
Yeah, fingers crossed on The Last of Us.
Now, the next one, you've read up a bit more into it than I have. So,
Which is funny, because who's wearing the Star Wars shirt?
yeah.
So, there you go. Our next segue right there. We are going to be talking about Star Wars The Mandalorian series. A lot of you might also have either watched it. We actually haven't watched season 2. At least I haven't in full yet. But a lot of you are familiar with the character Cara Dune. She was the one who was there that helped the Mandalorian, helped the child, the whole thing. Yes, the actress for her, I almost forgot her name, Gina Carano, I forget it's her last name. So Gina Carano recently was let go from the Mandalorian cast because of some pretty apparent and disgusting posts that she was making throughout social media, via Twitter, via her outlets. As far as to try and say this was an actual tweet from her, or an actual quote from her, and that's that apparently modern day Republicans have it as bad as Jewish folks during the Holocaust.
Which is beyond fucked up to say.
It's one of those, where was your brain to even make that comparison? But that was the final straw. Kara was, Gina was let go from the role of Kara, which is good. Now the question is, what's going to be the future of this character? What are they going to do with her? Is she going to be written off? Are they going to keep her in but replace her as replace the actress? Currently, and I hope this happens, there's a petition going on to try and get Lucy Lawless to play the role of Kara instead. And how fucking awesome would that be to have Xena Warrior Princess come in and handle shit? Can we please? Oh my god. Dude, I fucking love Lucy Lawless.
Crafty. This is what she gets for ball banging Colossus and Zing.
I love the ball banging. I love that. I thought she was unbanned and returned to Disney. From what I just saw a couple hours ago when I was reading into it, I didn't see anything about her being brought back. If anything was said, I'll check one more time. Let's update it and just see. But Gina, what's a face?
No more updates. Will not be returning to the Disney Plus television series The Mandalorian. There were no plans for the actor to come back after her appearing and unacceptable posts on social media.
Yeah, so pretty much that's kind of what I was saying with that last tweet that she had made. That was the final straw for Disney. That was the final straw for LucasArts and Lucasfilms.
You're right, Crafty. Disney does not forgive.
They really don't, which Johnny Depp is proof, even though that's bullshit.
Yeah. Disney equals.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
I have WandaVision on my list. I have heard so many incredible things about WandaVision. I actually can't wait to watch that. I've heard that one's been a fucking gem in there. So don't worry, we're getting to that.
They are Legion.
They are Legion.
But yeah, I believe the next one as well, you know a lot more than I do as well, because you were so super excited that you came to me almost giddy.
I did. I was really excited about this. So, as you all know, we will eventually be moving back to the States. One of the places that I would love to take Nick, because he hasn't been before, is Times Square. Now with an even more exciting reason. That reason being that the world's largest Harry Potter store is going to be opening in Times Square, right on Broadway. I couldn't figure out its exact location. How funny would it be if it was in the old Toys R Us building? But I think that's pretty fucking cool. So there's going to be a huge Harry Potter store literally right smack in Times Square.
You would have thought
Which
they
is
put
awesome.
the biggest one in the original place of the United Kingdom. But then again, we do have Harry Potter World.
True.
That's got a lot of the original film stuff in there.
And then when you think about it, down in Universal Studios, they have the entire Harry Potter world where you can go to Diagon Alley. They've got Hogwarts up in the back and things like that. Of course, husband is also apparently getting a billboard. That's a whole thing. So I'm gonna get really excited about that. That was something I wanted to talk about, but I wasn't sure. I'm really glad you brought it up. Corpse Husband. If you guys haven't heard the songs "E-Girls Are Ruining My Life," "Cat Girls Are Ruining My Life," his music is fucking bomb. He is currently fighting for a billboard spot in Times Square, which would be phenomenal. It would be a huge step for independent artists.
Yeah.
Because he does everything on his own, and it's incredible. He's busted his ass. I believe he's only even 23 years old.
Damn.
So, if he's able to do this, it's really going to break the ground for what independent artists can do and show you that you don't have to be a part of all these insane labels where they're going to suck you dry. So, fucking kudos to him. I'm rooting for him and hoping that he gets up there, because it would kind of also show you that, yeah, nerds can fucking do it too.
Yeah, without having
You know what I mean?
to the wrong people.
Exactly. So there's a lot of reasons why that would be awesome, but here's hoping. Sorry to derail from Mandalorian and that, but yeah, oh my god. If that shows up in Times Square, yo, I'll be there. I just want to be there to see the billboard.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Like, here is hoping he does.
Yes. It'd be
It would be incredible. Alrighty, so, but yeah, so there's gonna be a Harry Potter store. Huh? Guess what? He would have hundreds in Japan, and said he has He has fibromyalgia? I didn't know that. Fucking, that's what I mean though, dude. So he's going through, so that's like even more. He's busted his ass despite anything like that. So he's more than 100% fucking earned this.
Yeah.
He really has. The dude is talented as fuck. And I don't know. I'll stop my rant on how much I adore Corvus Husband's music. But,
Yeah,
and his content in general, because he streams as well.
Dungeons and Dragons may be filmed in Northern Ireland.
What, was it a movie or something?
Piqued interest.
Very much so. I was like, well,
That I admire his resolve despite being
agoraphobic. Yeah. He's that's why he doesn't show his face. He's agoraphobic. He doesn't reveal himself. And the shitty part is people have tried.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
If he doesn't want to be seen.
Right, just leave it. He'll reveal it if he wants to. It's just his face. Why do you care? Enjoy his music. That's what he's there
And his
for.
voice is soothing as fuck.
Oh my god, I can literally fall asleep to watching his stream. I know that sounds shitty. I enjoy watching his streams, but then his voice is so soothing that I'm like.
It's like listening to Morgan Freeman. He could brutally murder your entire family in front of you, but as he's describing it, you would just be like, okay, cool.
And you're just like, I'm mixed emotions. What do I do?
Exactly. Yes, we will move on to.
Sweet. I'm gonna look into that. I want to real quick. And that's not talking about And that is this also excluding Vin Diesel's D&D but not D&D movie, the movie he made based entirely off his D&D campaign, because that was awesome. If it's anything like that, I'm down.
Through TikTok, I kind of dislike the cringe factor that came with the song. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the same with any music.
Well, the funny thing is, part of the reason was I believe this from when you see it. Part of the reason it was made was for that. It's the whole thing behind it. And if you listen to the lyrics, it fits in and it's really funny. So it's kind of, you're taking the piss with it, you're enjoying it, but you're like, fuck it, this is us. Like, it's a whole thing surrounding his music, and that's why I think he 100% earned it. So let's move on to the part most of us are waiting for, the gaming news.
That's the weakest link. British TV show. Yes, quite a lot.
Weakest link was over there too.
Was it? I don't know. I didn't live in America. You look confused
It's like
when
Who
I
Wants
went.
to Be a Millionaire?
Dun.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I know this. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
You got to do that awful wink as well. Yes. Unfortunately, this is not so much effective with the UK because we don't get the good shit.
Real quick, so the next chunk of news is actually going to be a lot about Nintendo and things involving Nintendo. All positive, all cool stuff. The very first thing we're going to talk about and get it out of the way are Nintendo's Pokemon and the Pokemon trading cards that are currently available in America in McDonald's. We tried to look it up. It turns out America seems to be the only ones running it that we could find. Tell us if it's not true.
Obviously, if it is in the UK, it'd be fucking glorious. But as far as I'm aware, it's top trumps here.
Yeah, it's something different here. So if it ends up being in the UK, we'll go. However, the supply and demand for them has been pretty substantial. The supply for the cards had actually gotten to a point where they literally ran out of cards and could not continue supplying them. So what they did was Nintendo actually put in for a mass reprint and new prints of the cards, so that way more people are able to get a hold of them. Unfortunately, part of the problem was from scalpers, as we were just learning when we were trying to figure out if the cards were available in other countries. That's how we found out it wasn't, because scalpers were then selling them for so much more to folks outside of America who were not able to get a hold of them.
Exactly. Yeah. It seems like anything that's got a big craze to it, and not knocking anyone who's getting the multiple packs simply not for selling on, but because they're a Pokemon collector.
We're specifically referring to scalpers who don't. Yeah.
Who buy it just for the sake of trying to make a quick buck. Nah, fuck them.
Yeah, that's another one. That's a
Make
whole
you're
other thing.
immigrating, you don't have to worry. Yeah, but by the time we're there, this is gonna have ended, so I sort of have to worry.
And you know what sucks? I'm a huge Pokemon card collector. Nick is as well. I have almost every single McDonald's card that has come out so far. And I'm missing these ones. That's okay. It's okay.
More power to the collectors, but the scalpers can get wrecked. Exactly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Scalpers can get fucked. They can get wrecked. You're absolutely right. So yeah, that's with the Pokemon cards and what's going on with that, which is cool. It's just cool that they're doing it, and it's a nice thing to see how Pokemon over 20 years later is still going as strong as it is.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And
Yes.
the original Pokemon are so sought after.
It's true. The OG. I just got motherfucking Girl Scout cookies. Hey. What kind? And that matters. What flavor, bud? Wait, have you had Girl Scout cookies?
We don't have we don't. I don't think they do Girl Scout cookies. It's not a big thing as it is. They have like Scouts, Cubs, Beavers, and whatever the other one
Yeah.
is. But I've never really seen Girl Scout cookies over here so much.
That's gonna be really exciting. We're gonna have to make a whole video getting nothing but Girl Scout cookies, different flavors of Girl Scout cookies for you to try.
The Girl Scout will be very happy when we buy all the boxes.
Oh, they'll be ecstatic, yeah.
Yeah. But in other
Yeah.
Nintendo
Yeah. Anyway,
news,
in other Nintendo gaming news,
I
I said, well, there are two things on the Pokemon cards. The McDonald's are limited to customers cause of high demand to store-bought cards and needing reprints because of their exactly.
Thin Mints over.
Dude, Thin Mints and Samoas. That's where it's at. Thin Mints and Samoas.
I will have to be the judge.
Coconut caramel chocolate.
Then it is true.
All right. So another part to come out with Nintendo. It would help. I don't have my glasses on. Hey.
Yes, so I recently found out, and it has been a week since it was announced, but on February the 4th of this year, Nintendo had opened up basically Super Mario World. It's its own like sort of theme park in, I might butcher the name, I apologise, but it's Osaka in Japan, in the Universal World Studios thing.
So what it is for a while Nintendo has been in talks of making Nintendo World, and it's a theme park based on Nintendo rides, of course, mainly featuring Mario, being Nintendo's mascot. So they've been in development of the park for a few years. There have been updates here and there, but not too much. And all of a sudden, now the park is open. And so you can actually go to the park. You can visit the park. It is in Universal Studios. It's located in Osaka, Japan. And I think that's pretty awesome. So you can literally go to a Nintendo World now. There hasn't been. I didn't see too much on like rides and attractions just yet.
There are a few videos on YouTube that we are yet to check out, but I imagine because Nintendo themselves are doing it, the Yoshi should look like Russell.
Well, you know what? You guys are going to see this reaction. You don't even know what the Yoshi from the Mario Brothers movie looks like, do you?
I like from what I've been gathering and what I've ever heard is it was garbage.
That's
What?
Yoshi.
The fuck? That's just a fucking baby T-Rex.
That's where the whole Yoshi's a dinosaur thing came from. Is actually because of Nintendo and old Nintendo powers kind of said like he's a dinosaur, he's a lizard. And so they mixed it up, and then the movie came out, and he was pretty much just a mini fucking raptor T-Rex looking thing.
Yeah, that's.
You want to see Bowser?
Oh god. How bad's Bowser gonna be?
He's not a turtle at all. That's Bowser.
That legit just.
The tongue.
Shall we look at the Yoshi from there?
It's President Koopa.
Okay.
It's Bowser.
That is just.
You know what?
Donald Trump.
You literally have a picture of Donald Trump for Bowser from the Mario Brothers movie. Holy fuck. That's good. Alright. Harry Potter's on.
I believe there was also a
That's
comment about me
consistent.
getting fat or something. Can we just scroll up on the chat?
Oh, sure.
Nick's
Okay.
gonna go to America when come back to seeing his mother, and she will say, Nick, you gained weight. What has that Kaia done to my boy? No, she'll be like, thank fuck he's finally gained weight. One of the things not many people know about me was growing up, I would eat for fucking England, but I could not gain weight. I would still lose dramatic amounts of weight to the point where the doctors were concerned, thinking that I wasn't being fed and were threatening child services and all this lot. And even I said to them, and my mum said to the doctors, no, I don't stop eating.
It's like it's the opposite. You don't stop
So-
eating, but your metabolism was
Yeah, it was just
incredibly
ridiculously hard. Now that I hit the 25 mark, I'm starting to get the punch. So I'm proud.
Hey, I like dad bods.
Magic. And I'd say high metabolism is a bit of an understatement. I would have to go with redonkulously high. A box of Doozy Doos, a box of lemon drops, and a box of toffee ones. Oh no, don't do it. The horror. The horror.
Those are all Girl Scout cookies.
I actually can't wait to try them. They do sound delish.
I used to be a Girl Scout. I was part of the brownies troop. I sold cookies.
You so good.
I still have my pins. It's in with it's gone with my other pins. All my badges, I still got them.
Cushions for the pushing.
I'm just saying. Helps for the cheek slapping. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on to more Nintendo related
The last
news.
bit of Nintendo news we got. Actually, hopping right back into the bit of Mario. Do you want me to? Or you want to?
You go.
Okay. So the last bit of news that we have from Nintendo is they're now releasing, as you guys know, they've released a few different editions, limited editions of the Switch. Their new one is now the Mario edition. It's kind of like red and blue. You want to just
Yeah,
a better look at it
so
than I did.
essentially your Joy-Cons, one's red, one's blue, and the actual bit where you slide in the Joy-Cons into to have like a handheld controller is also blue, I believe it was. So it sort of gives that sort of overall effect. Or,
It looks
as
like
were.
a pair of overalls. That's cute.
Yeah. So and essentially, then they didn't show
Too much of it, did they?
like the docking station, 'cause like the Zelda one had a decorated docking station, but they've not shown Super Mario one. I believe it's out. If not, it's very soon to be out.
Yeah. So it's one of those, if you are a collector of Nintendo items, or if you're just looking to get a new Switch, or get a Switch in general, there's a Mario Edition one out. And it's not just a limited, like, it's not just so it looks like a Mario one. It also comes with Super Mario 3D World, as well as a copy of Bowser's Fury.
And all of that can be yours for the fantastic price of $300. Maybe about 270 UK pounds, unless they decide
Something
to do
like
what other gaming places do. They'll say $300 and £300,
Which are not the same.
which is a big rip to the people in the UK because they're paying essentially $330
Yeah,
for the
you pay
exact
more.
same item just because.
They think that the number looks the same.
Yeah.
And it's not. That's not how that works.
Yeah, that's where it is. My son wants a Fortnite version. I said you have a good sense of humour.
Aww.
Yeah, the fact that
Precious.
Fortnite is still a thing is surprising to me.
My brother, who's 17, is obsessed with it. He plays Fortnite all the time.
Nothing to that.
Yeah, I know. Just
I'll
wait.
smack the shit out of it every time he boots it up. No.
Good luck. He'll smack your ass back. Watch.
I'll be so proud if he does.
So will I.
Yeah, it would be funny to be fair.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it'd be funny. What?
Crafty, you're a dad? Actually, yeah, scrolling back for a second.
You didn't know Crafty was a dad?
Oh yeah, you did mention it before.
Yeah, God!
I've got a bad memory.
He didn't even tell me about how he was hanging out with his son. You listen, I care. I pay attention.
Hey, I pay attention and I forget. So it looks like I haven't been paying attention. Something about smacking asses. Oh yeah, basically just because Kaia's brother loves Fortnite, I said I'll just smack him every time he goes on it, and she was saying that he'd
I
smack
feel like
my
he'll
ass.
smack you. I was like, he'll smack your ass right back.
Yes. So
So we're not talking about slapping my brother's ass. That's just fucking weird.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
not
not
fair.
going to be doing that.
Please don't.
But outside of Nintendo news.
Yeah, outside of Nintendo, let's hop on to some Microsoft news. Some Ubisoft news.
So a lot of people know that I've been playing Halo first time on stream.
Yeah, Nick's been playing Halo 3 for the very first time. I personally played the games prior to that.
And
So
it's one of them, and just as a quick personal opinion is, it's okay, but some of the things are so fucking irritating, mostly the AIs.
yeah, I can
Like,
yeah.
are you gonna get in the vehicle? No, you're gonna let me get killed. Get in the fucking okay, screw you, I'm gone.
So the best way to put it is the AI in especially older Halo games compares to Donald in Kingdom Hearts. When you want them to do something, they fucking won't. But as soon as you don't, there they are.
Yeah. But it has been confirmed that Halo Wars 2 isn't going ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, if
Big
anybody here is a big Halo fan and you enjoyed the first Halo Wars, Halo Wars 2 was in production for a bit, but it has been officially canceled.
Yeah, the company 343 or something like that, they've said they're not picking it back up.
Nope.
Also, the Master Chief Collection, which is what I'm currently using to play Halo,
Yep.
they have announced that there will be a server brought in for, I'm guessing it's going to be for like online play with the modern stuff, making bigger servers and everything. Also, with that, they have said that Halo 3, for the first time in a decade, is going to get a brand new map for online.
That's pretty fucking exciting. Because let's be honest, like 3 was the tried and true. It was definitely the favorite of the series. It's the one that kind of stood out the most, and even for new people getting into the series, you can kind of just
You know of it before you even played it.
and it's true, and you can kind of hop into it with, I guess, not knowing too much, but you can still get a good feel of the game. You can get a good feel of the premises, the story, the story. Dino, Sharky. Well, thank you, man. You're our heroes.
Let me be your hero.
Let me be your hero, baby. And you gotta do the baby. Specific server, browser, and new map. Yes, so that's pretty fucking awesome. I'm excited because I've played. I'm sure as most of us that have played the Halo series, especially 3, you're pretty familiar with a lot of the maps by now. You kind of know where to go, where to find weapons, where to hide, things like that. Depending on what you're playing, of course. So to have a new map thrown in, if anything, it helps to level the field out again, especially to new
For probably
players.
the first hour. And then all the sweats will be back on it and destroying all the new people.
That's a good point. People do get obsessed.
Okay, this one is for you. Because this is your favourite fucking thing ever.
I have been yes, and I've actually been waiting for something like this to happen for quite a long time. Why it wasn't done already, I fucking don't know. But I guess they were waiting for the third one to come out. The next bit of news we're going to tell you about is Kingdom Hearts, of course. Kingdom Hearts is my favorite game series. It has been since I was 12 years old, and I'm 30 now. It has not died from #1 spot, and it will not. It will be top tier. For those who also enjoy Kingdom Hearts, if you enjoyed any of the games at all, the entire Kingdom Hearts collection will now be available on PC at the end of March. So, I haven't seen if it's just going to be on Steam. I didn't see if there were details on that part just yet. But they will be releasing the PC versions, which is awesome. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm curious to see kind of how they make the games look even, because when you think about it, they can update graphics. They can make it look... When you put a game on PC from console, it can honestly change a lot. So I'm just curious to see, I guess, what they do with it. My thoughts on 3. Okay. The good, the bad. 3 lacked. It did. I'll say that now. It lacked. However, it was for a reason. If you played 3, you might have noticed it was very Disney heavy. In fact, there were no Final Fantasy characters in it at all. The only bit that you saw Final Fantasy related in Kingdom Hearts, other than some of the staple characters that sort of were in it already, was in the Toy Story world. When you went to like the little game corner, you saw the display for Dissidia, which was really fucking cool. You got to see everything for Dissidia, and if you've either seen or unlocked the special ending from Proud Mode, you've seen the Final Fantasy aspect there. The reason that it was so Disney heavy in this last one is because the next trilogy that's coming out is going to be more Square Enix and Final Fantasy heavy. So you'll get more of the nitty gritty. So the 3 was I'll be honest, 3 was a fabulous tie-in finally brought all the stories and characters together. It kind of tied a lot of loose ends up. So I think that's what 3 was necessary for that reason, and I think it was personally I think that's awesome. So I'm just excited to see what they're going to do with it next, especially when they kept so little of the Final Fantasy worlds out of it, the characters. I can see the next installment being much more Square Enix than Disney, if that makes sense. So haven't got to it yet, but I like the
Pixar.
yeah. Look, and that's what I'm saying. It was still enjoyable. It was still an enjoyable game.
Someone time me out, please. You asking, you'll most likely get that received.
I'll say, Crafty's the banhammer wizard over there. So yeah, they will finally release Kingdom Hearts 3. They released 3. Yeah, 'cause I can't wait for the actual game to come out. But yeah, so if you were even interested in playing the Kingdom Hearts games, but consoles weren't your thing, you will now have the opportunity to play it. You want Noxus to drive Donald, Goofy, and Sora around.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome? That was the new character reveal
Okay.
in that trailer. It would be. Imagine if it was like Final Fantasy 15, and instead of having Ignis and everybody in the car, it's literally Noxus, Donald, Goofy, Sora. You know what I mean?
Only we can time that, sorry.
Oh, it's because it's fellow mods. You can't do it to other mods. So when it comes to that, think of it like this. We're the manager, they're the assistant managers. They can't do it to each other. They'd have to come to us. If that's an easier way to look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's kind of my little thing about 3 and anything with Kingdom Hearts. It's a whole world in and of itself to get into. It is. It's all over the place. Let's be honest. For a long time, that storyline was messy as fuck. But 3 was able to bring them all together, even for those that may not have played the handhelds. But that still ties into why it was amazing. It was able to bring in the stories from the handhelds, bring them all together. I'm not gonna lie, I'll say it right now. I cried like a bitch. I haven't cried like that in a video game since the first Kingdom Hearts, and I legit was sitting there with a tissue box in my lap. It was awesome. Just they made it work. So I very much look forward to the next series of Kingdom Hearts games. I do.
And hopefully, yeah, they won't disappoint.
Yeah, here's hoping. Again, there were hits and misses. 365 over 2 days, and Chain of Memories were a bust. But then you got ones that were the original, Birth by Sleep, 2. Like the main installments were wonderful, but it's the handhelds that really threw the series off.
Yeah.
But again, we had 1, 2, and a ton of handhelds or mobile, or the mobile game for a while. That one as well, I'll tell you, is awesome. They even brought in elements from the mobile game into 3. That's how much they spend making sure, it's about time that they spend making sure that the stories worked. And if you didn't, honestly, if you haven't played the Kingdom Hearts mobile game, it's free, anyone can play it, and it's so fun. It is actually fun. It could be its own real, full game.
Okay, pick your favorite Kingdom Hearts game now. You can't not decide. Go.
Kingdom Hearts 1, 100%. It's always going to be my favorite.
I want amazing theme songs, like the main songs for 1 and 2 were awesome. I don't think 3 had anything.
No, 3 did. 3 still had Utada Hikaru sing it. It was called Face Your Fears, and then she did another. It was a beginning and ending song, so there are 2 songs for it. But even then, the consistency. They still, fucking 15 years later, still managed to get Utada Hikaru, the original, the original singer who did the opening and ending themes for Kingdom Hearts, to come back and do it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So it's one of those.
Those are like the main news segments that we saw,
Yep.
that we thought were worth reporting on, and a segment that we missed out the past few times because either nothing was out, like in that week or that day,
Sure.
but we found some now. So for this week, and some falls on this day, but mostly this week in gaming history.
As always, we're gonna finish off podcasts with reviewing just game-anniversaries and talking about some old nostalgic games and getting nostalgic.
Yes. So the oldest
game anniversary that we have today is from 1976.
Lunar Lander.
The Lunar Lander. Oh my god, it wasn't on a mainstream system. It just clocked out of my head. But it wasn't on necessarily the Atari and things like that right off the bat. This is kind of when video games were really first starting to come out. So that's kind of awesome. No, they can't add the Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts. That would just. I'm just being honest. If they put Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts in, that's where they messed up. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's no offense to Star Wars or.
It's separate as well. Like, and the same with Marvel. They can't.
They're their own entire universes.
They can't just mix them in for the sake of mixing them in.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because you can't. It's literally 3 separate universes at that point. You're melding.
Yeah.
It's one thing to take a Final Fantasy game or a Disney movie and make a world out of it. You can do that, but you're just opening a whole new thing, adding those worlds
Too
in there.
much issues with that.
Yeah, a lot. All right, second oldest game from 1995.
My birth year.
Yeah, it's as old as Nick. Is Virtua Fighter. If anybody's into fighting games or just into any kind of game like that. So Virtua Fighter came out in 95 and making it 95, 15, making it, almost 20 years old.
95, yeah, that's
25 will make it 20.
yeah.
You told me Donald and Goofy would talk mess to Sephiroth and then battle him. I would have called the cops. Do you know how Kingdom Hearts came to be? It was by complete chance. It's just because the heads of Disney and Square Enix happened to be in the same elevator at the same time and talked. That's how the game came to be. Like, what if we did this?
Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. It's great, yeah.
So other than that, in 2002, we had 2 games released this week, which was Lord of the Rings 2 Towers and X-Men Legends. Now, I didn't ever play the X-Men one, and even though I'm not a fan of Lord of the Rings as a film series, because I just can't get into it that way, the games were brilliant. I remember playing the 2 Towers, and I thought that game was epic. Especially for the time, you think, what, 2002?
Right.
Like 19 years ago?
Just to give you an idea, given the time it came out, and that was in 2002, the same year Kingdom Hearts came out was 2002.
Wow. Yeah. And sadly, we'll just have to mention this next one. We'll just skim past it because no one really cares, but, well, some people do. 2004, this week, one of the FIFA games came out.
Always gotta throw some of them in there.
These games sound like awesome button smashes or hack and slash games. I'm a
Yeah.
fussy gamer. I prefer long open world and story driven games.
And that's fair. It's kind of a to each their own. Whatever cup of tea suits you.
I have been more into my campaign games and open world games. Like, that's why I'm loving Valhalla.
Sure.
But
Games like Skyrim.
yeah, Skyrim as well. But then obviously it's got a real gripping story mode, and that as well. Cause like Last of Us and Last of Us 2, they went open world, but the story gripped you.
Right.
Yeah. Bit more modern now.
So that's 2004 and 2005. Our anniversaries are Sims 2 and Quake 4 came out this week.
And to think we're only on Sims 4. That's how long these games last each.
That says a lot. Sims has always had a pretty strong following. So to show or see that it's still going as strong as it is pretty awesome.
Exactly.
It's like I haven't played the games personally myself. I never got into them, but I see when people get into them.
See, I remember playing Sims 99 on the PC yonks ago, but being a young lad at the time, all I would do is go to the pre-created cities and just destroy them in different ways. Because for like a 5-6 year old, that shit's fun.
True. You're a kid. You don't know what else is going on.
Exactly. And I think Sims sort of progressed to the point where you just became like Gunblade, a sadist, where you would just remove the ladder from the swimming pool.
That's what he said. It's like, yes, Sims, a game where I can play God by removing the ladder from the swimming pool. Their agony pleases me.
The other one, which was I saw happen quite a lot, and I tried it myself to see if it worked, was you'd lock your child in a windowless and doorless room, wait a few days until child services come out, you put the door back, when they go in, remove the door, you watch all of them die, so then you put the door back so death can go in, then you remove the door again, and then you How do I get out?
That's funny. I've never heard that.
Yeah, Sim Games game. Yep. And don't forget, final big trailer for Snyder's Justice
League movie, yeah, tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll be watching that.
And so 2006.
So yeah, moving along. Yeah, go ahead.
One of the games that came out, Star Wars Empire at War.
Yeah.
One of the games I didn't actually play because I didn't realise it'd come out. What, 2006 would have made me 11.
You were little.
I was little.
Little lad.
Ooh, Gunblade!
Oh, Gunblade, dude, thank you for following, man. We appreciate that.
And other than that, Marvel Ultimate Alliance came out as well.
Yep, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
I was 20 then.
See, what year did you say?
2006.
I was 16.
Sweet 16.
You're 16. Alright.
Oh.
Showing him Yoshi.
Dude,
thank you, man. I appreciate the bits. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do you have to show someone when you talk about the Mario Brothers movie and you talk about Yoshi and Bowser, you can't just talk about it. You have to show them because it looks absolutely nothing like what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's just laughable.
It was brutal.
Yeah. So, alright, some big ones, some real big ones that came out in 2008. We had, for our JRPG fans, Eternal Sonata came out in 2008. That's nuts to think that game is so old, as old as it is now. So yeah, we had Eternal Sonata, Guitar Hero Aerosmith Edition.
The bombs.
Hey, the bombs. Just like, well, we are sex bombs! 1, 2, 3, 4! Scott Pilgrim. So we had Guitar Hero Aerosmith, as well as Far Cry 2, Fable 2.
Oh, Fable 2 was a beautiful game. Fucking love that game.
I feel like Fable's we were talking about this before. Fable's one of those series where you love it or hate it. I've never really heard any in-betweens. I didn't care for it too much. I didn't hate it, but I didn't care for it too much, whereas you really got into it.
Yeah, I enjoyed getting the achievement for just kicking a chicken.
Yeah, that was one. I remember that.
That was always fun, and just like if you were pure evil,
Yeah.
you would grow horns, get all your scars would glow, and not the sort.
Yeah, that was at least a cool part.
And also, Dead Space.
The very first Dead Space also came out in 2008.
And as I was saying to you before, to think that that game is that old, the graphics for it.
Still a beautiful game. It
Still
holds up.
amazing. Yeah, and that is nuts to think about.
Final Fantasy X came out 20 years ago, and thank you for the other 100 bits, dude. Thank you for the cheers.
Thanks very much,
Thanks,
Gordon.
man.
That whole feeling when Final Fantasy X came out 20 years ago.
That is a nuts thought because
I was a infant. I was 5. I had just started school.
and I literally got the game and played it. I still remember running around Xanarkand and fighting Jacked. I still remember those days. Oh man, seriously though, thank you so much. Alright, moving right along to 2009.
We have a quite good game series, but again it was a hit and miss one. Bioshock.
Bioshock is one of my favorite games. Bioshock was so fucking good.
And we also
Lulu.
had the very first Borderlands game,
The
which,
very first Borderlands came out in 2009.
just a personal opinion with Borderlands, it was one of them, you have to be in the mood to play it. But the fact that you can do co-op on
It's because you got the multiplayer aspect, especially in 2 and 3 now.
Yeah.
My brothers play all the time.
Yeah.
Bioshock was life! You fucking right it was!
And that is 2009 was when it all started. So yeah, and they've all been getting remasters and everything. So
True.
bullshit. Bioshock was not hit or miss. I only say that because if you hadn't played it, there was no desire. Like, they didn't get as much advertisement. I thought.
It was phenomenal. It's true though. It's because it wasn't given a whole, especially not until Bioshock Infinite came out. I feel like once Infinite came out, it got a little more recognition, even though Infinite was, to me, nothing like the other two. But that's just my opinion. Nothing against it, just not like the other ones. Yeah, again, it's like, I'm not saying it was bad, but 1 and 2 had a completely different feel. It was just there was something completely different about the game. The aesthetics, it was gritty. The story was fucked, and it's one of those. It keeps you gripped because it's a constant mystery. What's going on? Wait a minute! I just found this. Hold on. What did Atlas do? It's one of those games where you find out so many more layers to it as it's going. It's really good.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I have Bioshock on my PlayStation's library.
Do you?
I think so. It'd be something I'll have to check after stream, because if you want to stream a PlayStation game,
I would love to stream some Bioshock.
so Bioshock is
Absolutely.
right there. Would you kindly obey?
That's in Bioshock. The common line you hear was, "Now, would you kindly?" Or Atlas would tell you, like, he would go on his spiel and go, "Da da da da. Now, move along, would you kindly? Would you kindly?" Oh, the whole thing was that was his like tagline. So if you ever heard it, it was kind of a fuck.
I'm Bioshock right now.
I'm Bioshook.
I am shooketh.
I'm Bioshook.
And to think this is still 11 years ago,
Yeah. So in 2010, moving right along,
we had Fallout New Vegas.
New Vegas.
I remember playing Fallout 3 like no tomorrow. Hello, fucker!
Hey, fucker.
I just remember playing Fallout 3 a lot, to the point where I just slip grenades in people's pockets.
Sure.
I'm just watching.
Sure.
And then, obviously, New Vegas was brilliant. Then, did we discuss 76? There we go, we discussed 76. Oh,
No, you had it right. 70 shits. I like that. I like that more. That's
oh, Bio-shove it. Love it, Zoe. Love the puns. But yes, Fallout New Vegas is 11 years old now.
That's crazy.
And that was a cracking game. But yes, other than that...
Moving right along into 2011.
Oh,
The Bio
Bioshock.
Shame.
Keep the puns coming, guys. Keep them coming. 2011, Ratchet and Clank, All for One.
All for One came out, as well as, I didn't clock the year, I missed the year, but Ratchet and Clank, the PSP one, small parts of, fuck.
Yeah.
The PSP one came out this time as well.
70 shits would feel amazing. Biodome!
Viva Los Biodome! Does anybody else remember that movie, or am I the only crazy one?
Tinfoil hat.
It was a Pauly Shore movie! Fucking Biodome! I don't even have to, at this point, I'm just going to assume Zoriel knows literally everything. Everything.
And this is where I will get so much hate. Never even heard of it.
Pauly Shore? The actor?
No, as in that film you were talking
Oh,
about.
Biodome?
Yeah.
It's...
Discussed it or disgusted it? 76 and horrible. Yeah, to be fair, Fallout 4 was garbage as well.
I feel like...
Better than 76, but garbage.
I'll just play Shelter on my phone.
See, that's one of the ones I actually never... you can get that on the PlayStation as well, the Shelter. It was one of them where it was like...
why it was made into like a console app, I don't know.
Maybe just for the biggest screen.
But, maybe. But to me, that was one of those... That was no different than playing like Neko Atsume and shit.
I'm guessing it's meant to be...
Miley Minologue.
Oh.
She's a singer.
Okay, brought me into manhood with her music video. Can't get you out of my mind.
You probably heard Kaia Minologue's music without realizing it.
I swear that's pronounced Minogue.
You might be... Fuck me, I can't talk. So you're probably right. Kaia Minogue.
I honestly prefer 76 over 4. At least there you could have your friend. See, the only reason I ever had 76 was because my brother asked me to go on it with him. Otherwise...
You wouldn't have picked it up yourself.
Yeah, it was like it came free when I got my PlayStation 4 Slim when my original PS4 went kabang. And it was like, oh, I got it, I was just going to sell it. He was like, no, please come on it with me, come on with me. I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it a go. And then I was like, what the fuck?
You say you're sitting in front of the child black market. This is what had become of me. The more emblems you unlock, the more special eggs you can get. Just a heads up. And you can also make each Chow look like a specific character. I have a Shadow Chow. He said, oh, I'm up there. You should. Get all 180 and you'll unlock Green Hill Zone.
Start notification.
Bye.
You say, Buddha. And yes, the other game that came out in 2011 was Batman's Arkham City. Not my favourite. of the trilogy that came out at that time, but it was still a pretty damn game.
Got you. Dudley.
Twisted.
You're gonna make him a Sonic Chow? That's awesome. When I play Adventure 2, bet I'm gonna be doing a lot with the Sonic, with the chows. I want to make a whole thing of how to get the different chows.
Yeah.
Because it's really fun.
But 4, no way. What about Fallout 2? Wow, that's a throwback.
Yeah, we're really fun. I don't remember what year it came out.
Yeah, I can't
But
remember much about it. I mostly remember 3. Fallout 2, that came
1998.
October of 98. Damn. But yes, there's only 2 more from this week.
Post-apocalypse aren't really my thing. Fair enough. Was it 3 that was set in DC, Washington DC?
I believe so.
I think it was 3 because they made it so accurate that the subway systems are the actual subway systems of DC. It's pretty cool.
I once played the Fifth Element game. Oh dear.
I'm sorry.
The film itself was garbage.
Sir.
It's one of them films which you either like it or you don't. There's no in between.
You do not get the multi-pass. Yes to what?
But yes, 2012.
So we got just 2 more to announce. 2 more games.
Fuck you, Nick. The movie was great. Find me.
Do not insult the 4 stones. Look, I was waiting. I was like, uh-oh, you unleashed them on that one by saying Fifth Element was a bad movie.
Well, it's garbage. Deal with it.
To be fair, I'm one of the people that says The Crow wasn't all that great. I might get some hate on that one. Sorry.
I say I liked The Crow, but I'm not like obsessed.
It legit puts me to sleep every time. Boring as fuck.
The same way like Lost Boys.
Okay.
It's a good film, but it's not this massive hype that.
I think Lost Boys was hyped for what it was because imagine if that movie came out now, it'd be 1 of a million.
Yeah.
But back then, it was very different for the kind
Yeah.
of movies coming out. So I think that's why it became a cult classic, is because
Yeah.
it was a staple in that way. But like, what'd you say? Massive fucking kidney stones. Bad diva.
And yeah, I wonder
yeah.
if these stones gave us some kind of power. Lost Boys, Peter Pan of vampires. Yeah, pretty much.
True. That is very, very true, yeah.
Yeah, you got the nail on the
I mean, to be
there.
fair, in Peter Pan, they were called the Lost Boys.
But just random trivia facts. The 2-second clip of the guy playing the saxophone in the Lost Boys is actually now like a big deal, like to the point where he made loads of music from that.
Really? I
Um,
didn't know that.
and the best bit was he came when I went to the For the Love of Horror convention.
Yeah.
They had him there, and he was still playing the sax and singing the song that he did in the movie.
That's cool.
And he gets loads of love for it.
For sure.
For 2 seconds in a film. That's it.
Hey. He worked with. Oh, I didn't know he worked with Tina Turner.
I'm not saying they're bad. I said I like them. They're just not as hyped. They shouldn't be as hyped as they are.
Right, it's one of those. I'm not saying, like, to me, I didn't really find The Crow appealing. I get it that a lot of people liked it. I can see why. I completely see why. Personally, I liked Lost Boys. But again, it's kind of like with any film, show, anything. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is somebody's favorite flavor.
Precisely.
And real quick, moving right along, we have 2 more games to announce that are for our nostalgia run. In 2012, Skylanders was released!
And then not many years later, when I was working in CX, I was cursing Skylanders. Because I'd have to manually find each of their fucking names. Now, if you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like Skylanders and you just get given this figure, and the system doesn't just have generic Skylanders, so you have to go onto a website, find what series it's from, find the name, and then it was such a ball.
It's because
Especially
they're such collectors. Some of them are really collectible.
to the point where if someone brought in 200 of the fuckers, you're like, nah, mate, you're going to have to come back because I'm going to be taking forever to find out who these are. Unless they had their kid with them. You would go, that's what that one is. That's what that one is. And that way you're like, yep.
Thanks, Timmy.
Keep the kid here. I need to know what these are called.
Like, you're useless, but Timmy's helpful.
Yeah, those fucking figures. Too fucking right. Cry, little sister, thou shalt.
Till Marilyn Manson defiled it. He's being cancelled right now.
Yeah. We
But-
had this conversation a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
About the Skylanders.
The final, I wouldn't really say nostalgic, it's only 2 years.
It's only 2 years old, but it's made such a big impact already.
But the fact that the original game came out so long ago, 2 years ago, 2019, Tetris 99.
Tetris 99.
Onto the Switch, I believe it was.
Yep, it was on Switch. They did put it on PlayStation and Xbox since.
There you go.
It's fucking awesome. If you haven't played Tetris 99, it's Tetris, but a little different. It's Tetris versus. So it's literally you versus 99 other players on a screen, and the more blocks that you bust, the more things that you do, it affects the other players, and vice versa. So it kind of brings this very competitive element to it, and it's very, it will keep you on your toes the entire time you're playing. Dude, Tetris 99 is amazing.
Ding, 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 ding.
Tetris.
Ding, 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 ding. Crafty wants it as a stripper song. Cheeky bit of shoulder. But yes,
All I
that
think
is
of is frontal floss.
all of the gaming history news that came out. There was actually hundreds of things
There
that
it
came
is, a
out.
lot.
Obviously, we were not going to sit down and give you guys a list of 100 things because Jesus fucking Christ. we'd
That's
be
a
here
whole
all day.
other podcast itself.
Exactly. Who remembers Pokemon chapters?
Of course. That's why they eventually made like Pokemon Puzzle League, Pokemon Troze, and a few of the other Pokemon puzzle related games.
Yeah, I can remember the anger. Cause even as younger, I would struggle with puzzles. So the rage that built into it.
That's
was
fair.
unreal.
Meanwhile, I was addicted to Puzzle League, dude. I love Puzzle. I still have my copy of Puzzle League.
I hear
In America, that Dripper became sexy Uber Eats driver. Dripper?
strippers became.
Oh, I was like, what?
I mean, kind of makes sense. They can't exactly work in the clubs at the moment, so.
Yeah, right, hey.
I mean,
Hustle, girl. You do you. Do what
unless,
you gotta
know,
do.
their mindset was dinner and a show. You're there with your chicken strippers.
You just said chicken strippers.
Yeah.
Ah, I love it. It shouldn't even be called Uber Eats. They should make their own company called Chicken Strippers.
Just.
It'll be like the new Hooters. Oh my God! They need to do this.
$1 million idea.
You're kidding right.
Who
Who remembers the handheld game? Oh, sorry.
That came out. That came before Game Boys came.
Which ones?
Christ, yeah, there was a handful. Before Game Boys, what was it? I can't remember.
I mean, like, Nintendo had Game & Watch.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. I don't think it was it couldn't have been prior to Game Boy, but like PlayStation had the PlayStation Pocket.
Yeah.
Chicken wing.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies.
I'm gonna go preheat the oven.
Speaking of chicken tendies, we were actually gonna have that for dinner. I can't with you guys. Oh man, but yeah, that is all of our gaming news, gaming updates, tech updates, nerdy news updates for this week, at least.
I like it better when Corpse sang Chicken Wings. See, that's better.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna. That's all. That's as close as I can get to imitating Corpse Husband. It's by literally breathing in. Chicken wing.
Those old handheld ones with like a couple of different games and you couldn't swap any cartridges. We'll save your games.
Yeah, Game & Watch was similar to that.
Frogger.
Just Tetris, Frogger, etc.
Frogger was brilliant.
Yeah, good old PS1 game.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for podcast this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, next week the schedule has changed slightly.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say too much. So you guys are used to, it's been me on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and Nick on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. We're just swapping our Fridays and Saturdays. So I will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Nick will be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Sort of makes it a little bit easier in terms.
Evens it out for us.
Yeah. So we're not like going, hang on, shit, I need to do this day, but I'm just meant to be streaming this. We can figure it out a lot easier.
It's true.
Can we pull a YouTube video up? I don't, because we're putting this one on YouTube, aren't we?
Yeah, so from this podcast on, we actually are going to be uploading them to YouTube, so we might not be able to pull a YouTube video up for this podcast. However, tomorrow, or not tomorrow, because we do have Sundays off, if it's any like normal gaming one, then sure, no problem. But if they're the ones we're going to be reposting up to YouTube, it's probably best not to, just for any kind of copyright or strikes.
Yeah, we don't sort of have to figure it out, because you might have to do a whole...
Yeah, if you want to link it, we can still like watch it or something like that, but we won't be able to show it, that's all.
Yeah.
What was it, the video?
Allow us the view to view ourselves. The streamer Cruzador is playing on a role-play Minecraft server, and a team
Made a
KFC
KFC.
in a strip club called the Chicken Strip.
I love it! That's awesome. That's awesome.
I saw a funny video yesterday and thought everyone would yeah,
Yeah, Tom, you can still post it in chat, that's fine.
yeah, you can still like put the link in.
We know you, we trust you.
But we just can't. Until we figure out what the rules are in regards to a YouTube video holding a different YouTube video, we don't want to mess it up.
Right, until we kind of know, it's best just to play it safe.
Yeah. Slogan: you a breast or a thigh man at KFC.
Tough fucking thighs, dog. Dude, chicken legs. Fuck breasts. There's too much nasty bone for no reason.
But still good.
I mean, it's, yeah, the skin.
KFC skin with KFC's gravy.
I really want KFC.
Yeah.
Maybe another day, when it's not 10:30 at night. It is 10:30 at night
You
for
just
us.
gotta
at
think.
least.
RT ain't gonna be ready till 11 o'clock at night. Yay! Kentucky Freaky Chickies.
Alright, let's see. The song still know we can play 182.
Edward.
So we can at least watch this one.
Explain to me what the hell Guy Fieri ever did to anyone? Y'all know who I'm talking about?
I'm just do this so I can.
People shit on that dude all the time. And as far as I can tell, all he ever did was follow his dreams. Do you understand? People are horrible to a television personality, and he didn't do anything wrong. Here's what he did do, America. He started a company where he hires everybody. He pays more than minimum wage. He gives health benefits before he has to. He has a non-profit where he gives pretzel making machines to schools so they can fundraise. I know that one sounds like I made it up, but I swear to Christ, it's true. He works with Special Olympics athletes, and if you need a little more sugar with this medicine, he also officiated a gay wedding.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
But because he has flames on his shirt, everybody shits all over this dude like he's a member of Nickelback. By the way, what the hell did Nickelback ever do?
I'm saying!
Yeah.
They made 40 million bros happy? Yeah, you don't want them walking around pissed off. That's how we ended up in this mess. That should bother all of you. And look, I get it. I don't want to hang out with Guy Fieri either, okay? I know he looks like a Hot Topic manager moonlighting at a Fridays. But he didn't do anything wrong.
That's true, he didn't actually. He's never done
Well,
anything.
what else has he done, Shane? I'm so glad you asked. He goes around the country to small businesses and gives them free advertising on a national platform on a weekly basis. Advertising those small businesses could never afford themselves with his own television show. but because his hair looks like he was electrocuted while drinking Mountain Dew, people act like we need to saw his head off and put it on the internet. Meanwhile, y'all can't get enough of Anthony Bourdain.
Hey,
And he seems like
R.I.P.
the kind of dude that would be mean to dogs. So I don't understand what is happening. What does he do? So I put on Rolling Stones t-shirts and I tell food courts they suck. Come on, man.
Oh, this is an older one. Okay.
Like, if you had to choose between being stuck in a foxhole with Anthony Bourdain or Guy Fieri,
I'd pick Anthony Bourdain. I'm just saying. I
you
love
gonna pick
Anthony.
Fieri every time. I am still doing this bit.
I don't want it to drag too long because we are streaming.
Yeah.
But that's actually pretty funny.
Definitely carry on watching.
I'll look up his stand-up later.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well.
What's up, dog? What's up, Alex?
Hey, Alex!
You've always got this bad timing, Alex.
Well, Alex is super busy with stuff.
And dog number 2. I don't know whether to be dog 1 or dog 2. Who should
It's like
be?
thing 1 and thing 2.
Yeah. I'm kind of proud and slightly insulted.
The best part? Well, I mean, we're at the end. I still have it up because I was going to watch it after, but sure.
What's Bourdain gonna do? I'll tell you. To be like that dude in every World War II movie who sucks the whole time. Then when the Nazis show up, doesn't do his job, gets a bunch of good soldiers killed. Meanwhile, Guy Fieri's over here earning new nicknames like El Fuego. Picking up live grenades, throwing them back, saying dope shit like welcome to Flavor Town. And he knows he's dying on that beach in France that morning, but he's there fighting. And what do y'all do? You shit all over him just because he had his sunglasses on the back of his neck. I think it's awesome that he has a racing stripe painted on his fridge. Love it if Banksy had painted it. And look, guys, I know I look like the kind of dude that would defend Guy Fieri. But if that's what you're taking away from this, you're missing the point. Thank you guys very much. I'm Shane Torres.
I'll definitely watch more of his stuff. Show.
Okay.
That's funny. Look, Kai.
Kaia's old Sochi number 1.
Chill.
Cade is. I just love the welcome to Flavor Town. Welcome to Flavor Town. Yeah.
It's true.
Unless you got anything you'd like to add, I think that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah. That's gonna be it for podcast today, yeah. Just came right to check on Bam. Thanks, man. Right back at you. I hope you're doing alright too.
Mucho respeto. You guys up for a series recommendation?
Sure.
We're still backtracked on all the series we're trying to catch up on, but sure.
You can always recommend stuff. Pick up a live grenade and yell dope shit like welcome to Flavor Town.
Snowpiercer.
Aw, I love you too, man.
Much love, Alex.
I'm glad you're breathing another day.
We'll definitely, you have to remind us later on because
Snowpiercer. I'll remember
we've
it.
got like loads of things we're going to be watching, so we just want to make sure. What's the premise of this show? It's basically gaming news, nerd news, and gaming history.
Yep, we talk about a lot of the kind of things that envelop the nerd realm. When they can be up and active again, we'll talk more about LARPing and things like that. But we also focus on tech-related things, anything from consoles to computers to things going on with it. We talk about shows and movies that are revolved around these same things. Let's see, and basically anything that's going on with those. Updates for new shows or movies that are coming out. We also talk about, well, gaming and things revolved in that. So anything coming out in gaming news, game releases, things going on with consoles, whatever falls into
Anniversaries,
the...
like pretty much most things like that. So yeah, definitely a fun one to do. With just trying to get back onto track with it all.
Yeah. But it's a lot of nerdy news around here. It's a very nerdy podcast for the most part.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and give that one a go, Crafty. See what that's all about. Rich import revolutions and shit. The good stuff. But yeah, like we said earlier, this
Peace out, Tom.
one will be uploaded onto YouTube.
Yep.
So if you missed any bits because you had to dash out, you can always go watch it on our YouTube channel and revisit some of it.
So you won't have a limited time to watch it here on Twitch. Podcasts from this point forward will be posted on our YouTube channel. So you'll have weekly podcast updates there as well. Sonic Hedgehog 2.
No, it wasn't. It didn't actually come up when we were looking for it. Oh, you said nerdy.
What?
Oh, you said dirty news. How many episodes? Well, this is the first episode as the Dungeoneers Tavern.
Yeah, since the rebrand, this is the first one as Dungeoneers Tavern, but we've done about 10 of them or so prior to this.
It's just these now, the ones we're focusing on.
Just YouTube. For now, in a way, it's not impossible to upload podcasts to Spotify and places like that. But there are more rules that kind of go into it, especially with anything copyright. So we want to make sure we're playing it right. But yeah, it's feasible to put it other places. We at some point are also going to have a website of our own that we're going to be using, and it'll be available there too.
Yeah, it's just whilst we've just started out this rebranding, we just want to do it baby steps. We don't want to like nosedive in and then mess up somewhere.
Right. We don't want to half-ass something and then have it not come out as good as it could be.
Exactly.
You know.
Obviously, it's always room for improvement, and we always appreciate feedback. But
right. If you guys have suggestions, things like that, or if there are other ways and places you'd like to see it, let us know.
yeah, definitely. It's a whole 10 seconds.
Okay, I don't give a fuck. This is gonna be the best 10 seconds. Just hold on. We gotta pause. Zoriel sent the Sonic 2 trailer. We're gonna watch it real quick. I already know Tails is in it. Oh, okay, that wasn't like a... So,
That's
April
alright.
22. That's okay. That's okay.
Not really a trailer, but it's still.
It's something. It's giving us something. Because at the very end, the whole teaser thing in the first Sonic movie, at the very end, if you haven't seen it, they revealed Tails is going to be in a second one. That's how we knew we were getting a second. That was also kind of cool that they used the original game theme in it. That was nice.
It's one of the things we are going to be looking into about getting a mic for us both. But also, we're not stressing too much at the moment because we're going to be moving soon.
True. So
And
right
then
now
we can set it up so that either we have the one mic, better angles for the both of us, or whether we get two mics and work out to make sure that we're not getting echoes and everything.
Exactly. So kind of right now, what it is, it's logistics that kind of go around it. We're going to be moving. We're literally moving countries, so getting more equipment just kind of isn't feasible, especially with the move. But after the move, 100%. Knuckles is as well? Are you serious? I didn't know that.
Feel the excitement rising.
Oh, yes! Down at Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost feet. The Great Emerald's power allows me to feel.
Rumor but not confirmed.
Oh man, I hope that's not a rumor.
Posting charges for your nerdy cost a fortune. Yeah. And Jim Carrey is going to be in the fat suit.
He's gonna he's gonna be fat botnik. I'm stoked, dude. Yes.
Right.
He was already great.
He's going to be a lady, we have to be careful.
So, not to cut anybody off, of course, if you'd like to keep talking to us and have these conversations keep going, message us on our socials. We are available on Instagram, Twitter, Discord. Everything is available in our links in the description here. We have our own Instagrams as well. If you guys have any suggestions of things that you'd like to hear about on here, or if you would like us to talk about more, leave comments on the post. You can send us messages about it. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much for a very warm and awesome welcome back to our first podcast as the rebrand. It is so much appreciated. Thank you those who were following Zoriel for his 4-month subscription.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And just anybody who's hung out and just chatted with us, it's always appreciated. Those who cheered, thank you so much. Thank you.
And of course, you'll see Kaia again tomorrow for. Oh, not tomorrow, sorry, Monday.
What was that?
About throw an extra day's work in at you. Monday, Kyle will be back to do gaming streams.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll obviously do a new schedule.
And just on the theme of Sonic, of course, Monday we'll be back into, like Nick said, our normal gaming streams, and we should be beating Sonic Adventure on Monday, and then Sonic Adventure 1 is done.
Yes. Finally, we can find a controller that works suitably because our current one's knackered.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Well, we'll sort that out anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much for
Exactly, we
watching.
need a day of rest. 100%.
My bad.
So yes, Crafty Fokker, Zoriel, DC, Tom, Budget Arcade Podcast.
And our newest follower as well. Oh, that username's leaving my brain. It should be actually up, to be fair, because we normally get Gunblades.
Say what?
Is it? Yeah, it's just up there.
I don't have my glasses on, so I couldn't
Yeah,
see
so
it.
it's Gunblades X6, I believe it says. Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciado. And yeah. Well,
69.
69.
But yeah, alrighty guys, we'll catch you on Monday for regular gaming and next Saturday for the next podcast.
And I'll see y'all Tuesday.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, have a good night, Zor. Alright, see you guys. Bye,
Have a good
Crafty.
day.